Welcome back to Timberborn and our waterfalls playthrough. So, we're still building this. Firstly, I would like to thank... I didn't get a chance to do it in the last video because I was going away and I had to have that prepared before I was going away. So you had some on Saturday. So the previous one to that, which would be, I think, video 46, absolutely went really well on my channel. It was the highest video I've ever had. So thank you for that. Don't forget there's other things on the channel. We do a lot of Timberborn here and other things. And obviously, if there's certain things you might want to see, we may move Timberborn to 3 days a week, different ones or whatever in the future. But yeah, I would just wanted to thank people for watching it, because obviously that blew me away. You know, I got in the last, I think it was something like 100 hours, which for me, for a small channel like this, it's just really important. Liking helps me out so much. So if you do like this sort of thing, smash that like button and really help to build this channel, you know, and stick me in. We'll do all sorts, because I don't just do, you know, I like to do all sorts of different games, not just for you, other people that, you know, maybe don't like Timberborn, goodness knows why, but that's just the way it goes. But anyway, and we've got something new, obviously, that's just happened this week. When you watch this, we've got some Prison Architects, so that's a new series that I just started. We got 2,000 in dirt, so I don't really need any dirt. Now, if I remember rightly, so I have to remember everything here, we started to move everything ready for this transformation of the, getting this Uber earthy thing get going. Now, hopefully I can get it in there. If I can't, then I will transfer everything else. And we'll have to, you know, get it in. But I don't want to take this down until that's the time. And then, like I said, if I've got to move stuff, or I've got to even think about turning the, you know, turning these around, or whatever I've got to do. In other words, smash the inside of this, get it put up, re-put it back again. I don't know, because I've never built one before, and this is the first time. This is the biggest douchey thing on the entire game. It's absolutely ginormous. But we need all the, as you can tell, we need 2,000 gears, and I've already got a quarter of that so far. I've got enough metal, so we're doing okay. Then I've got to increase gear. Gear production is an absolute massive thing. So that's got to be even more than it is now. So let's do a lot more. Let's see what we can do by even increasing that, to be honest. Or at least doing something. I have got a hell of a lot around here. I can't do any. The problem is I can't do anything with this situation here, because I just can't get any more. I unfortunately cannot get any more of anything in. There. So to get even more of this going, do I want that just to make sure it's higher than? How is this going here? It's not too bad. Let's get that going. Let's get. We can actually get it from there. Actually, strangely enough. Yeah, because they can walk over here. Okie dokie. You carry on doing that then. That's good. I don't know how many of these I'll be able to get in, but I'm going to get as many in as I can. And I'm going to... because that's me power. So whatever I do, as long as I connect one to this, we should be on rock and roll here. Let's... One there, one there, one there. One there, one there. That's another... Ooh, I can't do that there, but... technically I could do it there. I could take this down. I could take this down. Obviously I can't do that yet. Or that. And we could get another... we could get, like... The supply is that, but there's no demand because there's nobody wanting to be in there, yeah? But it's just increasing even more gears, because I'm going to need a hell of a lot more gears. If that's the case, I've got massive amounts of planks. Now, I'm running out of... obviously, I'm running out of the... logs. But, as luck would have it, things are starting to look up. This is starting... It's close. It should be within this playthrough, and that will absolutely go ballistic. Did I ever... No, I got rid of all the ones over there, didn't I? That's me 3,000. Obviously, they're taking them for these, you see, because they're using them. That's why we've... that's why we're going to reduce the planks quite substantially, but we can't make any more. Am I making some... Yeah, well, I suppose I'm not actually making any more planks, am I? I'm probably going to have to make some more. Because they just use planks. They don't use... This uses planks, though. Yeah, let's make sure that gets built. The beavers are going to absolutely rip this apart. This uses planks and logs, so I'm probably going to use quite a substantial amount of... Is that it? Is that all of them done? No, it's not all of them done. I'm going to have to, because I can't see. I hate when you can't see. They're obviously coming back to go get some more, probably. Yeah, because most of these are... let's go up to Tim. Most of these are actually relatively done. Obviously, I was building this over here for reasons that I'm trying to remember. Oh, that was it. Because if they get the bad water, then I won't get the other water, which means I can still power this. That was the plan. The plan was there, and the plan's still going. Don't need any more water. I like that idea, I must admit. That's works pretty well, which we might be able to do in another play, for sure. Because that way, all I've got to do is go up and stack more water in there. It's not too bad for this, obviously, playthrough, but it's definitely something to concern about on, let's say, new Diana. That would be a definite usability there, for sure. I'm getting birch. I have no idea why I'm getting birch here. Apparently I'm getting birch, so whatever. Come on, boys, tackle this. Absolutely ripping this apart. I could now. I want to know it's going to work. Because I'll be annoyed if it's not. I've not got a clue what that heat wave thing's for. But I'm sure it's for something. Yeah, that's the problem. They use a lot of planks. I've lost 200 planks in that play alone. So that's why I'm gonna... I've got my logs going back up though. That's fine. We're still making this debacle. Which will eventually need to connect this to this. And it should be fine once I get it going. Like here. This would need to come out. This is along just along the run somewhere. I'm still not too sure how I'm going to get that. I suppose I could connect it in going around here, to be honest. Anyway, just to connect that in, that's a lot of power that we could use. It won't power everything because that's quite substantial here, but it'll do something. And now I've run out of the planks. Long ago I had over 400 and now I've just got none. Cool. He's in. He's on. He's doing. I've got 38 in a dream. We might do a little bit of a change here. Because them planks are just going to absolutely get slaughtered. That would be enough to get these to work. If I did a path this way. And unfortunately, they're only going to need logs and not gears. But I need more gears. That was the plan. But the trouble is I absolutely obliterated my stock of that. As you can see here, I had a stock of 400 planks and now I've got 0. I've got 772 gears though. That's good. Treated planks has not gone up though. You see, treated planks needs... we got enough resin, I think. Well, that's questionable. I need 2,000, don't I? So that's not enough. No, that's not enough, is it? That's need 2,000. So I need, yeah. I've caught up to the there, but I just don't have enough resin. Now I did prepare. Yeah, these are not for cutting at all. They're for they're going to get the obviously because I need to keep this. I've got 200. but it will start to plummet because it needs 10 resin. That's quite a lot. If you think that's only 24 for this, because it needs 10 pine resin and 10 planks to meet. Oh, that's 10. So it's 1 for 1 then. So basically, so one of these plus 1 plank equals 1 treated. So that's, yeah, that's not too bad. I can quite deal with that. This is all going. I'd rather have this on the haulers and just get them to keep going. I will change this to. I mean, they can. I mean, don't forget they can. Well, can they? Or did I take this out? I think I took this out. They could get down there, but they can't get down there anymore. What did I do that for? Don't understand why I did that. Was that to do with bad water? I don't think it was. It makes sense, because now they don't have to go all the way around there to come all the way back down again. I know they can come down here, but obviously if they're already at this section here, it makes sense to just have to go down. Anyway. I've got no planks left. Because I've got no planks left, I'm going to decrease a couple of these. Just to allow the plank situation for these to keep going. Because otherwise, what'll happen is they'll all basically knacker each other. Now, obviously, we get in 8. It's a bit slow, but it's coming along. It's a pity you can't press a button on it and know actually which of these are actually coming to get closer. And only can go there, which is a bit of a problem. But I'm going to solve that because it's worth getting this going. I'll do that. I know they're using planks as well, which is a bit of a problem, but what the hell? Wood with the forester. Turn him. He will then be able to do that, which then will allow me to plant. Is it oak? Well, I don't need to plant the oak because the oak's already been planted. And I'll have him going. We're not fully out of planks yet, but we're not doing great. So I'll just make sure that they can keep running. I've got some to keep running. And then obviously as I'm going to get more planks, the logs are getting absolutely trashed. But that's fine. We're gonna have a problem because I'm not gonna be able to hold. Oh, that's fine. I say I'm not gonna be able to hold all the gears, but I am gonna be able to hold all the gears. But I do need. I tell you what, I do need. I don't know. I need. No, I don't. I've got everything here. Everything that I'm gonna need is gonna be here to build this monstrosity of a thing. None of that's, like I said, I don't want to do any more on that because I mean I could take this down. That would give me some planks, wouldn't it? Probably a good idea actually. I'm not using them and I'm not building them either. And that's actually metal, which is probably, I don't need the metal. But I could certainly have the planks here. Stock is stock. That's a good bit of planks. I don't want to get rid of the top, but that'll suffice by putting into there. That's probably another 25 or so. Something like that. Just had to. I was having a hot flush, even on one block. Whew. It was warmer in here than I was expecting it to be. That's the trouble when you run a PC in a small room. It gets a bit toasty after a while. And I had a jumper on. Don't need one anymore. And I got a hot cup of Rosie Lee as well. Anyway. So they're putting these planks back in, as we can see here. So that's pretty good. And that's another set of planks that I don't need to worry about. It's only been 30, but 30 is 30, isn't it? And it just keeps this running. I don't want to. I only need another 1,000, and then I can basically switch to doing this. I've got, what have I got going? I've got 6 going, and I still can't do enough. I think because these take longer as well. This is a longer. If you take 111, it's 3 hours. But that's 3 hours for one anyway. So it's basically the same time. So obviously I need more of. I need more of them. If I take that down, will that still run? Well, that'll give me gears as well, actually. I've got not making any metal anymore, but I don't need any. I mean, obviously, it's going to give me planks. It's going to give me gears, so it's going to increase the gear count. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the warehouse. Make 4 of them. That will give me. It uses a lot more power, though. That's the problem. Than the actual. As we can see, this. It doesn't have to tell you how much it uses, to be honest. It's probably because I've got it turned off. Let's put that back on again. Yeah, 120. And that uses 250, so it's double the amount. We'll buzz that in there, and we'll what have we got? Why aren't we picking this up? Come on. Do as me thing, will you? Get on with it. I need to increase this. It's only at 800. That's 1,000. So I'd rather. I don't need the metal. I've got 1,500. I've already got 1,500 and 1,514, and I only need. It's a bit tight, 1,500, but it'll do. If I've got to take one of these down, I don't really care. I'd rather get this going. It's going to take at least this, this playthrough and maybe the next. I don't know. That's scrap metal. That can be put back in the scrap metal section. That can go, actually. That will give me some gears back as well. Don't need that. That's planks. It's all about getting this. I'm trying my best to get this going as fast as I can. Before the end of this. It's going to cost me. It's going to cost me 40 gears just to do that. But what the hell? It has to be what it has to be. I need to get this going. And it's going to cost me 200 and odd planks now. That's not too bad, is it? So I'm going to go down by about 100 or so. No, I'm going to go down by 160 to get this back going. So I'm basically going to go back down to here to go back forward again. But and it's going to cost me 40 planks as well. So it's going to cost me quite a lot to get these going, unfortunately. But it is what it is. And that's what we have to do. Because I want this all running. Log situation is getting a bit dire though. Well, they are coming. It's a bit sporadic though. I mean, this obviously section will go all at one go. This section will all go at one go. But you know, it's doing. This is obviously new, so that section's not going to do anything. Why did I do that then? Mark. I only wanted this section here to be this should be oaks. For obvious reasons. It's this here that should be trees cut down. Yeah, I didn't want all that cut down. This section here is just for that. It should be enough to. It should be enough to get the. I mean, look at that. I mean, we've got enough. Why are you not getting there? Why are you not getting there? No goods. What do you mean no flipping goods? What are you about? It's there. Oh yeah, because he's got none in the douche thing. Yeah, see, they're absolutely cream pie in that. Yeah, I lost quite a few gears, but hopefully now I'll gain a bit more. The unfortunate though, it does take planks at the same time. So I'm sort of well, I'm running out of logs. Just don't have the logs. It's a bit like power. I need more power. Power. I need more power. Give me power. Come on, guys, cut these down. There's a good lad. Food is fine. Everything else is fine. It's all fine. It's fine. Mind you, saying that though, why don't I mark all this to get rid of? It's going to take a time to do. But I could have that as demolish. I need a forester. Why did I just do that? But not right. Don't say anything. That would be enough, wouldn't it? Get a couple of foresters. Get a lumberjack. No, I'm going to have to sort of make the jumbo lumberjack go there because it's where the end. All this, even right over there, can have some pokies in. And they'll clear all this out. Jolly good. I probably didn't need to do that, I must admit. This I wouldn't need to do. But I'm not using it anyway. And then we'll get this going. Now obviously these lumberjacks are not going to do anything for ages. So I might as well turn these off. Not turn that off, I don't want to turn that off. I've got 96 in... And now what we'll do is we'll plant trees No good in this playthrough for obvious reasons. But definitely okay for the next. It takes a cycle. So in next cycle, in the next video, we should be able to potentially get these going. Replace that run thingy magged and replenish that as they are. It's too far. Apparently, it's too flipping far. So I'm going to do this. Because I've got the sun thingies there. I'm going to plant crops, clear that. So that's not going to... why is that not? Get rid of that. Now they're going to take this down. Now they're starting to do these for me. Come on, boys. Come on. Delete that. I'll do a line here. So when these get pulled, which they're going to get pulled soon, I'll just do a line of path. So it's a bit neater. It doesn't really matter. Plant the trees. Get the oaks in there. We'll do that. Do that, and we'll get the oaks in here. We might as well. It's all oaks. It's all to get trees going. I mean, they're not going to do. They're going to take ages, but what the hell? Although we're not doing too bad there. I mean, this is going to go back up again. They can only take so much at a time. I've got 92 planks, so that's not too bad. Keep it. Like I said at the start of this, I know I've got. Was it 4 at the top, 7, 8 of these disabled, and I have only got 900. So I'm gonna have to. I've got 900 of them and 900 of them. So we're gonna have to do a bit of thing. But as long as this tree situation sorts itself out, I don't mind. And we got a good, yeah, now it's started. Now we see. Now we're going to get the logs in. The logs are going to start coming in now. And obviously it's going to benefit the colony. Oh, do you know what I mean? The beavers. Yeah. Right, this has been built. This has not been built. Could get this built though. Why is that not doing there? That's getting built. It will get built in a minute. Got to be careful with the logs though. I could probably get this one going. What I should do is concentrate on maybe getting this one going. And the reason why is I can work backwards and get the others going. But by the time the bad water comes, I could plug this in, couldn't I? So that would be definitely a thing to consider. And where's he gone? Do that. Get this going. The unfortunate thing is I'll have to do things a bit weird. I'd have to build one, let it build, and keep working backwards. But I'd have to do that, then get this working, then do that, then, you know, build the things, come backwards, get this working, tear this down, get that in there, get that built, you know, and it'd have to come backwards and backwards and backwards to get everything done. Because I don't want to step into bad water for obvious reasons. I know we haven't got, I'm at 26, which is the highest I've had in any game. I know I haven't got any grilled chestnut or any spaddock or any single thing like that in this game. I can't put it in here for obvious reasons because it needs to be only on a one. It needs to be on this level like this. It cannot be any higher. 100 and something. We are relatively losing everything here. I'm holding it together, as I say. This is sort of flying through. It'll take them about half a cycle to get to the end, and this will all be possibly halfway through by the time they even get anywhere near this. As we can see, they're on 3% already. This still needs to be pulled, which would be nice of them to actually pull it. Although, can they actually get to one? No, they cannot. That's why they're not pulling this then. That's a bit of a... Oh no, he's got it. They're not using haulers though. I don't understand why they're not using the haulers. But obviously this is... It's an ongoing, slow, very slow thing. But there's not a lot we can do about that, I'm afraid. Whether it'll be built actually in this these playthroughs, I have no idea, but I'm trying my best. There's a hell of a lot of logs in this now that need to be cut down. So that's going to be going well. Happy with that. I'm going to put this on 3. There's a lot to do, and no time to do it, is what we'll say. So I'm not going to rip this down. Now we're at 1,000, so we're halfway through. Not at 1,000 for that. Logs are sort of working. I might... because of the situation that they're running, I might add these 3 in and see how it goes. And see, I don't care about the power. The power is fine. Well, in fact, we're supplying 3,000. We need 4,000, which means I'm only running these at 70%, unfortunately. Which is a bit of a problem. Actually though, extract, if I pause this, that will possibly increase, there we go, to 97%. They are blooming it. Really hungry on the old power. Because I don't really need them, because I've got 12, well I've got 1,200, and I've got 1,200 bad water and 1,200 extract. So why bother using the power? I might as well use it somewhere else. That's why I didn't use the dirt excavator, because I got 2,100, and obviously that sapped power out. We got berries. Freaking hate berries. Berries are alright for the iron teeth, but like I've said in a previous video, it says the problem being that what I'd like to see them is to be able to prioritize which food that you want them to eat. So I'd get them to eat all this up, because I don't need it anymore. I don't want it, but I've got to store the blooming thing. You know, it just, as you can tell, it winds me up. So, the iron tooth, fine. Tooth. No, it's teeth, isn't it? Because you need that to do the incubator or whatever they call it. I can't remember what it is. I call it an incubator, but it's called something else. And yeah, you need berries, so that's fine. They're getting used. No problem. But once you get through, you know, so much, maybe 10 or whatever, you know, you're not gonna lose the game, or you're not too much worried about. You don't need the berries anymore. So that's why I would like to get them eaten up. I mean, I know I can delete them and just press the delete button and get rid of them that way, but I like them for food, you know? No, don't replenish them. Well, you shouldn't be replenishing. You should be getting these. Get these, little things. Get these. Don't care about them. Stop getting the stuff that I don't want you to get. That's going well. This lot was pretty. I mean, 9%. That's not bad. And I still haven't even got all that done yet. So where else have we got? What else are we going to be doing in this playthrough? This is the problem. It's waiting. There you go. There's 1,000 there gears, and now we've got, you know, things are turning up, and I'm running out of planks. I'm just running out of planks. I'm trying to make the planks. I'm running out of logs as well. I've only got half the amount that I had not so long ago. Another problem is I don't actually have. I don't. Ooh, I could get rid of one there though, couldn't I? And have another cut. How far can he reach though? Yeah, we can reach all that. Why is he not? What do you mean? No goods in stock. Come on. Lumberjack. Come on, Jack. Get on with it. You babby ass. Because he can reach to these. Well, these want to be cutting, so why isn't he cutting them? Don't be a babby ass. I want to replenish as well. Because obviously, for obvious reasons. Otherwise, I'll have to do it myself. Bad time, bad time. Right, we got this running. It's given me, like, no power whatsoever. It's running. It's still obviously running this up to the point that this is going to stop. And now I've only got 800. Well, you know, just... Oh, is that going to be a problem? Now that is going to be a problem, isn't it? Oh, I didn't realise that that's going to be a problem. That's going to be higher than what I've given them. Oh, that's a... Ooh, I don't like that idea at all. That means I can't run this. I can't build this in the bad water. Damn, I'm going to have to wait now. Oh, shocks, man. That's a disaster. I didn't think that would be as high, though, to be honest with you. I just thought that would, you know, just run off quite nicely, but it's flipping high. Look at that. It's just higher than the, you know, it's not normally this high, but it's just far too high to have the beavers go in there and build anything. It's a good job I noticed that, because that would have, I mean, I've got the antioxidant, that's not the problem. But I don't particularly want to inherently get rid of one. You know, I am a conservative person here that cares about their beavers. Why aren't you? Have I not got the? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You idiot. I thought there was something going funny here. Now, if you played this game long enough, you'll know that that's so annoying, and we all do it. We all forget to select the ones that for cutting, and then we're going, well, why aren't you cutting them, you stupid beavers? And then you realise you're a numpty yourself. We forgot to actually select them to cut. Well, let's not go there. Plant trees. No, trees. I want to clear that one, because that should be an oak. So now they're going to go on a field day. They're going to absolutely ramp that coming down. So this wants to be cutting as well. That's going to get cut. That's going to get cut. That's going to get cut. And all this is going to get cut as well. now. Come on. No, I didn't. At least I remembered on this, although it's going to take a while, but... I have no idea why I did that one up there, but... Got rid of it now. I think... that should be it. It's a bit annoying as well, because I could have saved my grace here and had... The decent thing is because of the bad water situation, although we are, you know, I'm pulling 10% in, which is terrible, but at least it's something. And don't forget, that's only up one wheel, you know? And I can't do with the others either, because I daren't get them in the bad water. So I can't fix this for 5 days. Damn blasting. I know I could put some, like I said, I could get it built now and some of the consequences of them going to the antioxidant, but I don't particularly want to. Although you could argue the point, well, what the hell was the point of having it if you're not going to actually use it? But the trouble is they could push a load in there and then that would kill them all off. And we don't particularly want that. We're not that ruthless. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, though. I am ruthless with the sleepy sleeps. Because I can't do anything for 4 days. If I can get this cut down really quite nicely. I mean, obviously, they've absolutely obliterated that. We got 500 logs now. That's getting back to... It's still not nowhere near the 3,000, but this will get absolutely pummeled. And these are still growing. These are on the 30%. So if we think about it, these are on the some of these are on the 30%. By the time the other ones grow, they'll start to come. You know, we'll get a. You want sort of an even field of each individual ones. You don't want loads, and then you can't cut them down, and then you know you want to try to sort of have so many in the first one, so many in the second one. You know, and that sort of thing. But you can only do what you can do in that respect. Planks. Let me see, planks are really low. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to pause and see if we can get the plank situation to be better. So that way I'm not... I mean, these are going to be at 70 something anyway, so it is running. Obviously, because I've got this running, but I don't particularly need this running either. But I tell you what, I do. Like I said, I need this running, but it's only running at 50%. Pause that. Pause that. Pause that. Pause that. Is that better? Yeah, that's now running at 100%. Right, we're going to get some more planks coming in. I've got 4 days, so I'm just going to absolutely obliterate planks. Because I've got 1,000 in logs. Well, that's my only option to do. Obviously, this is still running as well, so... And then, obviously, as we get all this back again, I've got 1,000 gears, and I've got 1,200, so I'm nearly there with the treaty planks. It will give, obviously, the resin the time to get back as well, because the resin is the problem here. I'm running out of resin, and obviously these take a while. These take a good while to get to here. So if you've not seen this before, and I'll go through it while we're talking. But you have to make sure, you have to do 2 things. You one have to make sure you don't cut the damn things down, and they're all on the pine because it's pine, which is resin. They take 12 days to grow, but they also take another 7 days to get the resin available. So the resin, you can tell with these, just this colour here, as opposed to that one that's only at 50%. So we know that these are perfectly fine, and the Tapper Shack that's its field of influence, if you like, so it can get these. But obviously it's taking its time to get them. But I've only got 86. But as that's going up, because I'm not using them in the treated blanks, it's fine. So I might get to about 150 before I have to start turning these back on again. But don't forget, I need 800. So it's a 1-for-1. So I'm going to need 800 to be able to do this. Once I've got the 800, I can turn this off. I don't really need the treated planks anymore. The option is to put something else on it or something. Now, obviously, this is going to come back. Now, obviously with the water situation, which is here, I've run out of the water again. I don't like this, but I just can't see a way of... Well, I can see a way of holding it. Obviously, I can change this to go upwards and hold a bit more water. But I've got the 13,000 with the grilled potatoes and things, so I'm not too much worried. The only trouble is the wheat takes an abundance amount of time to redo. I mean, it's okay here. We got the water. This is what I'm saying. This water here is awesome. It's not going to go down. So I've got food coming. I've actually got food coming in accidentally. So that's pretty good. But look at the flipping speed of these. Now, they're not another lot linked, but that's giving me over 300, and it's only supposed to be. I only need 300, so that's pretty good. So when I get this going, I could have more going. Whether I'm going to need it in this playthrough when we get to the end, I don't know. But you know, I'm still, and this is a good thing is obviously I've still got food going because I've got this section here. It's not a lot, as Paul Daniels would have said, not a lot, but it's enough to get going. Logs have gone up substantially. Planks have rocketed up in this 2 days. So if we take the next 2 days, I can. This is as fast as I can go. I can't go any faster in the game. We may get to 800. That's not bad. It made no sense to carry on trying to get everything else running because I was running out of planks anyway, so they would have stopped and waited. And I don't actually have enough cutters to cut everything. Let's get another one. We need to do this by a hauler and not by a. Do we have haulers? I must have haulers somewhere. Yeah, I've got them up here, haven't I? And they're builders, and this is a haulers section. I've got 40 unemployed, so I might as well set them as I know it's going to use planks, but I need to get something going because otherwise they're not doing anything. And I know that this needs to be turned back on, so I've got to be careful when they go for the work. I've got to put the work into this here. So if they don't need to be in here, then I'll get them back. But I might as well, as I'm doing this, I might as well get them to go. Now, ooh, this water's going low though. Let's put a pause on that. Let's put a pause on that. We don't want to be losing too much of our water here. That was a pause. That's got low. It's got far too low, which means these are drying out. Which means that they're not going to grow. But now we're absolutely blitzing this down at 1200. Nearly to the end of the video. Apologies, there's not a massive amount I could do in this one in that respect, but I can only do what I can do. At least I know now there's not to allow that water to go too low. Because I've got 5,000 in water, which if I was doing the hard mode or something like that, it would absolutely be no good. But in this instance, it's not actually too bad. We'll get this going again. How are we doing here? Well, it sucks really, but 10... we've got 11 days. The good thing about the oaks and the things, they do last quite a long amount of time. I'll tell you what I am going to do though. I'm going to get rid of these. Because they cause a flipping... The trouble is, right, is... The reason why I've got rid of them is they cause the bee sting, right? But the problem being is that you can't do nothing with a bee sting. There's nothing in the game that allows you to get rid of the bee sting. You just have to lump it. So that's the problem with that, which obviously has a counter effect. Now, the idea is it reduces the amount of time that this needs to grow. But is it worth it over getting stung like like hell, you know? I don't know. That water in there is perfectly fine. Now we've only got half a day left. Obviously, I've stopped the water because I'm a bit worried about having... Well, I've got none. I'll start to build this again once this stops and runs all the way through. But I can't do it. That's a... I mean, that is a hell of a lot of... 11, 12. That's 12. You could... I mean, what you could do is a trough. And you could get this to absolutely blast down there. Because if you do a V, you're increasing the speed of the water quite substantially. But obviously now I didn't think of that at the time, but obviously now I know that. I've lost 1,000 in food. Bearing in mind it does take 3 days again to come back again, but I've got enough. I'm not like desperate. So that's pretty good. Cycle 39. Right, so that's now lower. Because that's now lower, what we can do is we're going to have to do it one by one and get that to be built. And I'll get this to be built as well. 1,500 logs isn't too shabby. I said 800, so that's gone pretty well. I'm waiting to get this power coming back again. We'll get this water coming back in here quite a lot, and then we'll know that it's got high enough to excuse me. Get this. There we go. As this water's coming back in again, it's going to start to build. And obviously we don't have this trough done as well. Oh, excuse me. This is getting higher as well. As this overflows, I could probably turn this down to 0 actually. Just get that to go in there. Doesn't really matter. It'd be best to get that going in now, because then they'll start growing again, obviously. Which is what we want anyway. Not too much bothered. I'll put this one back on because we can get that back going now. Right then, we're at the end of this playthrough. It doesn't look as if a lot's happened, but things are getting there. And obviously, like I said, things like this are just going to take a while because it's I've got to go through one, and one. You know what I mean? And link all this up as we go to get the power back on. So I'll be able to, in the next bad water, hopefully, be able to get all that going, and we won't need to disable any of these so much. But I'm going to need to send these back on now. Now I've got all this power. So we've got to get this back on. We're going to get this back on. This back on. This back on. These back on. I've got 800. So let's see how far we can get going with the lot going. And then we'll go from there. And we'll even send this back on. There you go. We're supplying 3,000, but we need 4,000. So I'm not supplying enough. Basically, I'm not supplying enough for the power that I'm getting from here. But anyway, like I said, I hope you enjoy that. Please come back again. We're getting close to getting this thing building, and we'll go from there. In hopefully in the next, maybe in the next one, or it may be in one of our close to be our last. Video. We're looking at 50, but obviously if I don't get it done, you want me to get that done and see what it looks like when it plumes. I've only ever seen it once, not in mine, in another playthrough, and yeah. So anyway, take care. We will see you in the next one. Bye for now.